One's a former NFL star turned esports pro.
I was doing this thank guy for my wife. She's like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing."
And one's a dad who can't stop playing Rocket League.
These kids these days, they're like, we're used to jump and run.
Together, they welcome you to Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge.
Welcome to Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge. I'm your host, Ahman Green, here to hang out with you for about an hour or so and talk about what's going on in the video game world. Welcome to the podcast and stream here on Twitch and YouTube. Hope everyone is having a great hump day. It's always on Wednesdays. So, super busy with things. And I got one of my guests coming into the show. He just popped in there. So I'll bring him in a minute. But hope everyone is having a good little day for you here. I know it's early in some places and later in others is noon on the East Coast. And I think 9 a.m. on the West Coast. So hope everyone is having a good day. So we'll be talking about some fun stuff, interesting stuff, Last of Us, game releases, have that fun conversation or this or that. And before we get into all of that, I will get into our sponsors here at Bet Online. So basketball is back, and Bet Online remains our number one source for all your sports betting needs for the season. You'll find all the latest odds, team matchups, player information, team information, and game trends at Bet Online. So as your continued source for all the sports wagering information, Bet Online features live betting, free contests, and giveaways all season long. And the fastest, easiest way to bet on your favorite sports and events is whether it's the NFL, NBA. We saw the NFL Chiefs won a Super Bowl. I know I picked them. I don't know who else picked the Chiefs to win, but I got those guys. But heck of a game. It could have went either way. But also you have NBA, NHL, MMA, tennis, esports, boxing, and even golf. So head to betonline.ag to join and receive your 50% welcome bonus with your first deposit. Make sure you use the promo code BLEAV, BELIEVE, to receive your reward. So BetOnline, where the game starts. And so, like I mentioned, just starting back, hope everyone's having a good day right now. And I'm going to get on to bringing in our guest, somebody who is a repeat offender right now. Been on the show not too long ago, but he has some great news about what he's been doing when we first met, what we've been doing since we first met him. So I'll bring in my good friend and I say teammate here, Tommy Pham. Hey, Tommy, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Can you hear me all right with my AirPods on?
Yep, you coming in crystal clear.
Awesome.
Clear. Yep. So how's everything been going? Since the last time we talked on on screen. We've been texting a lot, so
we have everything is going good. But I'm honest. Today it's a little bit emotionally draining. Just got notification that one of our UBA5 kids, so my son has the rare disease, which I'll get into. For the listener, he's not doing too well. He has a double collapsed lungs and so he's hospitalized. So, since there's so many few kids out there with this particular disease called UBA5, and when one kid is sick or something happens, it's like the whole family, right? And so you just for them. I'm doing good.
Okay.
Thank you for bringing me on the show, and maybe I'm just a little emotional, but just thank you for being human and being my friend and just always checking up on me. Thank you.
Man, stay strong, man. I understand, the process. I mean, it's a tough situation to deal with. Obviously, people with your in your network, and then obviously in your home vicinity, your family as well. So, what have been some of the events that you've done since the last time you introduced the whole Kombat4Rare initiative foundation? And I know you got one coming up too that I'm looking to be a part of. I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, so we are starting the planning phases for the next Kombat4Rare. So TBD on that, keep a lookout. But right now, this month is Rare Disease Awareness Month. Rare Disease Awareness Day is February 28th, and my son Raiden birthday is on February 26th. So from February 26th to February 28th, we'll do this virtual 5K. We did something similar 2 years ago. I mean, last year, 2 years ago. So this is our second annual run for Raiden.
Mm-hmm.
And so anybody can sign up. You can sign up to run. You can sign up to recruit a team to go out there and run and spread awareness and fundraise. Our goal is to raise, $100,000. And the reason why we're raising $100,000 is because they'll fund a full-time researcher to continue the research for UBA5 full-time, right? Because we need to expedite this. Literally, we're racing against time. to save Raiden and other kids impacted by this disease called UBA5.
Gotcha. And you kind of mentioned this. Oh, go ahead. Sorry to cut
No,
you off.
and I say last year we had great participation. We raised $94,000 last year,
Nice.
and I had about 720 people who signed up across the world, right? So we have people here in the United States, Canada, Australia, all over Europe, even Hong Kong and Malaysia as well. So it's really cool when you see all the pictures after the event. Yes, it's only 700 people, but it's like 700 people all around the world.
Yeah.
And it's just really inspiring to see that, not only for our family, our foundation, but people and families and caregivers and supporters that's going through this rare disease journey, regardless of the disease, just seeing the community just rallying around a purpose.
Yeah, and it's beautiful. I know. I looked on the website for the new. I think is this a new website that you started up, or is this part of the same website from Kombat4Rare in the beginning?
This is a new site, and
Okay.
so you can log into. It'll be www.4rare .fun FUND. So 4rare.fun.
Yeah. And the website I got on the screen is where you could sign up for the virtual run, the virtual 5K here. It has all the information on how to participate, how to sign up, kind of what Tommy has went through already. And my next question, you kind of answered it already, was how far or how close, I'll say how close are they in discovering a cure, and working towards that purpose?
Yeah, and so exciting update where we haven't announced it yet to the public. So we're working with UMass Chain Medical School out in Boston to develop this gene therapy for UBA5, right?
Right.
So for listeners who are new to this journey, UBA5 is a debilitating disease. So my son is 3, but he can't walk, he can't talk, he can't sit, he can't even control his arms if he wanted to grab something. He was literally just trapped in his body and fed via a tube, same diet over and over every day, just for survival. And this disease gets worse over time. It's progressive, right? As I mentioned earlier in the call when I joined, like a kid is hospitalized right now because he has a double collapsed lung. So things can go south any time. So we are racing against time to develop a gene therapy for UBA5. So where are we at right now? So we finished the proof of concept to show that gene therapy does work within the lab environment. And so we did a proof of concept where we removed the UBA5 gene, right? So this gene is defective in Raiden. So you and I have this gene. So we removed the gene out in laboratory setting, and using gene therapy is able to restore that gene, right? So from a proof of concept standpoint, it works, which is so exciting.
Oh man, that's great
to see.
Right.
So now the next step is to actually build the disease model to replicate exactly how the disease expresses itself in a human, and then test gene therapy to see if it works. So once we get through that process, which might take a year to year and a half, it just depends, then, fingers crossed, we can get the treatment for Raiden. Now, from now until then, a lot can happen, right? There might be some hiccup in the science.
Right.
Things can go south for Raiden. We never know.
It's the testing process. Yeah, it's long and could be brutal. Yeah.
But hey, we just have to keep our hopes up and continue to raise money. This process is not cheap, right? Like the overall estimated cost from end to end is about $4 million so far since we launched the foundation Thanksgiving of 2021. We've raised $600,000 about to keep the research going.
Let's keep
the
it
problem
going.
is, like, if we don't keep it going, the science going to pause, and when the science pause, everything is going to be late, right? Like literally, we're racing against time here. So it's just super important, and I feel like the more awareness we raise for this disease, it's just going to help.
Right. And when you said I think you said the pause. You said when that happens is when you just wrapped up.
Just imagine, like, hey, you're working on this research project, but if there's no budget, like, what happened, right? It's not going to continue. It has to pause. And
you don't want that.
As a father, just literally racing against time, doing everything we can, like, we don't want to pause that. And you can see in the screen, right?
Yep.
Check, we just finished proof of concept, which is great.
Yep. which is that first step. And I say for everyone, that's tuning in for the first time. So it's Rating Science Foundation. They're on Facebook, they're on Instagram, and I believe on Twitter as well. And Tommy, you've been doing this for almost 2 years now, correct?
Almost 2 years.
Yeah.
And like, I just want to let people know, yes, it's for Rating. It's for, UBA 5, which is, only 40 or 50 kids in the world, which is very small. But this journey that we're on, like, not a lot of people are creating kind of the roadmap for like gene therapy, right? Like, we were told nothing can be done. Now, a lot of parents are being told nothing can be done when a disease is ultra rare. And so we're creating kind of like the roadmap, paving the way. So regardless of what disease it is in the future, years from now, since we're doing this process, hopefully we can directly contribute to expediting the process and turning things like gene therapy into reality, so that parents don't get told nothing can be done.
Got it. Yep. And so what, I know you're going to take me through it. Probably we could do it later today or sometime before the 26th. Get me signed up because I want to do this virtual 5K. When you first said it to me, I was like, wait a minute. You said 5K. So I'm like, dang, I got to be in person. But you said, no, it's virtual. I was like, super. So now I'm excited that I can help out. I know I've done in-person 5Ks for cancer research and stuff like that, but be able to do this virtually through like I'm reading the directions here, it looks like it's just a couple clicks here, and then I could get online if it's either on the treadmill or maybe a bike. I'm not sure, but we're running. I might have to give me an Apple Watch to help out with it. If not, my phone, I'm gonna use that. So I'm super excited that I can help out. And I think this is a big deal because obviously not a lot of people can come out to where you live and do this, do the run or do the walk, but they could do it from their home, in their home. So this is for me, it's a game changer in terms of fundraising and getting people to engage in a great cause and an important cause that would, like you're saying, you got to think positively through this whole process to make sure everything happens the way it's going. And right now you have the proof of proof of it working right now, starting to work is time. So.
Yeah, so the virtual 5K, yes, it's not like a big event where like everybody gathers together, unless you want to get people out in your area to do this 5K. That's our hope, right? So we do this process where we are, hate to use this word, but gamify in terms of you can set up teams and you can get those teams. Let's say you have a team of like 20 on a mod screen team. You can set a location in person to meet up and run, right? And I'm going to do the same thing here, and whoever participates in this can do it as well. And so just imagine you got 10, 15 teams, a couple hundred people, running for a purpose. And once you put everything together, like as a recap, it's awesome to see. Right. So I know the title of the run, it's inspired by Rating. It's like Run for Rating, but really it's Run for Rare. It's Run for UBA 5, like it's really Run for Hope, and it's like it's Run for Humanity, right? Like when you're out there running the 5K as you participate in this, just know that you're making a difference.
Yep. It doesn't matter I say the effort, as long as you're doing something towards that positive cause. So what is some, you kind of said it the whole time you've been talking, Tommy. So anything else you want to tell people in the chat and are watching on stream about, if the way you started it or where you're going from this point, or just what are your other goals in getting this information out to everybody to help with the cause?
Yeah. So, for this month, of course, the most important thing we're doing is this activation, Run for Rating. Again, it's 4rare.fun is where you can find more information and sign up. And yeah, I just want to let people know, like, this journey that I'm on is just about creating hope and inspiring the rare disease community and just bringing people together to make a difference. Because regardless of the disease, I see a lot of families just have lost hope because it's so rare and they think nothing can be done. And so I'm not a public person, but I'm out here doing all this and raising awareness just to create that hope and inspire other families to do the same thing. This is so new. The technology of gene therapy is brand new. And so the more people that go through this process, the more they refine the technology. I'm like generation 2, right? Imagine like generation 10, like, I don't know, I'll just say 10 years from now, like a kid get diagnosed with some really rare disease. It's just plug and play. You don't have to raise $4 million. Maybe someday it'll be covered by insurance, and you can develop this treatment within months. That is
Right.
like the vision, but we have to come together as rare disease community supporter, advocate, the whole shebang.
Right. And so through this whole time, whole process, I know we talked about it through text messages. What's been your way to kind of deal with everything? Because as you started the stream today, very, overwhelmed with everything right now. So what's been your outlet? Because you kind of need that to kind of, get yourself through this, you and your wife, kind of find ways to step away just for a second, if you can, if it's just 5 minutes. What are things that you've done for yourself?
Yeah. I mean, that's how you and I got connected, right?
Yep.
Everything is through the lens of like gaming. So I play a lot of video games.
Right.
That's an outlet, and it's connecting with my community. Playing video games, like we played Madden a few weeks ago, right? I'm still salty that I lost by a last minute field goal. I don't like that, so we gotta have a rematch.
Yeah, we gotta play
too.
Yeah, we gotta do it again, man. But yeah, that's no, it's something important. Like you said, you got to have that release for a moment. If it's 5 minutes, if it's 30 minutes, but to do that. But I'm like I said, you got my number. Text me and let me know when you're ready to go. Anytime.
Absolutely. I know. Bottom of the screen it said Kombat4Rare. So what I can do after this podcast is I can redirect people to Run for Raiden on the website.
Great. So you kind of said it a little bit already, but is there anything else that's coming up for you and your family and in terms of this race to find the cure?
Just planning more events, right? So we have another Kombat4Rare coming up, hopefully sometime late summer and early fall. And for the listeners, like if you have any ideas, feel free to reach out. We're taking any ideas, any suggestion, like anything helps.
Yep.
We're raising dollar by dollar. Like really, every dollar counts. Every idea counts. Every support counts.
Yep, it does. You do you have a little more time, or you have to? I know you had people going on, cleaning up the house. So you want to get back to that right now, and I can let you go.
No, I got a few minutes. No one's cleaning up my house. It's people clean outside because I live in an HOA area, so they're like blowing leaves and stuff.
Oh, okay. I was like, just wasn't sure how your time was, but we could get into, I say some a little that fun conversation or this or that we do here before we get to quick hitting news bites here. So I think we're going that lighten it up a little bit here. All right. I don't know if you can hear the music, but the music is playing. And so usually John is with me on this, and so I'm going solo here. And with this or that, you remember from the last show, I've come up with a few things, and a few of the listeners some of my moderators has helped out with this list of the week. And the first one up for this or that is from Big B, and this is, I say, on time in terms of what we just experienced with. We got the Super Bowl. This was earlier this week, and we saw the Chiefs win, and now we got NBA and all the big trades happen. And so now in the sporting world, which is now the sports betting world, is now prominent here in the United States. So here is the first this or that of the day. Here, casino gambling or sports betting by my man Big B. He's sitting there thinking about it. He got his thinking emoji face.
Yeah, like which one do I prefer?
Yeah, that's one you got to pick one.
I like sports betting because, like, I don't know, when I'm in casino environment, I feel like I get too tactical. Like I'm too focused. I'm too professional. And like when I'm sports betting, like I'm just playing around with my friends, and I just make really stupid prop bets for like $1, and I think it's funny. Like I do all this crazy parlays, and I know like maybe once every like a year I'll hit something crazy. But it's just fun. It's like some of the bets you make is like WTF, but when you win, it's just funny to share.
Right. So you with sports betting there? That's what you said?
Yeah, sports betting.
Okay, sports betting. I think I'm gonna ride along with you and also here. This is kind of me right here with the average historian here. Shout out to Jeremy Swick, does our some of our clips building, and says don't really do either, but I lean towards sports betting because it's more fun. And I say I know that it's fun, and then I know sports a lot more than any of the casino games out there. I'm aware of the casino games, but I'm not going to be just one to jump out there and say, okay, I'm going to play some like JFK going to play some craps or something. You're like, nah, I'm good. I know football, baseball, basketball, even if it's Olympics or anything like that. What was your most interesting prop bet that you did this year?
My interesting prop bet. I think it's just here. Let me my recent Super Bowl. Let me.
It was always prop bets are interesting. When I learned about them and the concept behind it, I was like, what? You could pretty much bet on anything.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
It's like 8 or 9 on here. So Jalen Hurts under 224.5 yards. Patrick Mahomes under 274.5 yards.
Oh.
Pacheco over 34.5 rushing yards. McKinnon under 34.5 rushing yards. So that's McKinnon.
Right.
AJ Brown over 99.5 receiving yards.
Nice. That sounds like a good day.
Yeah, Devonta Smith over 49.5 receiving yards. Travis Kelce under 104.5 yards.
Okay.
And then Chris Jones with 1 sack.
1 sack. Okay. I don't think either team had a whole bunch of sacks. I think it was only 2 sacks for the game. So you actually did pretty good there though, from listening.
But you didn't win. I did pretty good, but you didn't win.
Yeah, it's all about winning. Yeah. It's all about winning. Kind of like JFK says, mine was Heat in 5 for 3 rounds straight in the bubble. My fandom worked out. LOL. All right, JFK.
I can't go with fandom like as much as you love a particular team. You just can't go.
Right. All right. Here is the next this or that. And some of us might have done this probably as a kid growing up when we had nothing else to do. We do the air guitar or the air drums here, Tommy or Chet. Are you an air drums guy or air guitar?
I'm an air drum guy because my dad used to be not a professional drummer, but he plays the drum, and just growing up, I just like to bang on it. So air drums.
I'm with you too. I'm air drums. There's like an official competition for being an air guitar player. It's a legit competition. If John was on the stream, he could pull it up real quick. I'll see if I can find it between now and the end of the show. But it is an air guitar championship competition that exists in the world. So I know for you guitar people, I know I'm a drums guy. I had a friend next door growing up in California. Here it is. I found something. I don't know if I can get it on the screen here. They have video of it. Hold on. It is amazing. I'm like, what? This is a thing? Let me see here. Pull it up. Get it over here. I'm one-man wrecking crew today, so we're going to make this happen. All right. We got it in the right spot. Let me get it on up. Here we go. Let me turn the audio up.
To obtain the title of the greatest air guitarist.
All right, here we go.
Aristotle, ladies and gentlemen! Put your hands together for Aristotle, your rating.
He's getting hyped. Look at him. Whoa.
He is.
He is getting hyped. There you go. The air guitar going on right now. You got to be very confident to go out and do this. Wait, he got a hold. Here we go. He's hyped. Yep, you got to be very confident.
There's a lot of people.
It is. It's nice. This is 2018. There you go. Man. This is real. Yes, this is a thing, the average historian.
But hold up. I wonder if they actually play guitar or they don't play guitar and they just practice. Like some sort of guitar, like a real guitar, Guitar Hero,
right?
Something. Or they just...
They might. I don't think he plays, but if he did, I think this is his time to let go. But yeah, this is the thing, man. I remember seeing this a couple years ago on a TV show. It's on Prime Video, I think, and it's called That White People SHIT. And it was a comedian who was going around the world finding things that our Caucasian brothers and sisters do differently than everybody else. And this is one of them. I was like, oh man, you gotta check the show out. It's on Prime Video. It is interesting. So there's a little taste of it. But I'm still air drums all day. I'm gonna go air drums all day. But I hope y'all enjoy that little clip right there. Put a little smile on your face.
Yeah, there's always new competition or some sort of new sports all the time. Like I've been watching like the slap competition. I didn't even know it was like a sport now.
It is MMA level, man. It is MMA level. You slap somebody and you can literally knock them out, dislocate jaws. I've seen this one video where the lady, it was a women's slap competition.
I saw that.
And the one slapped her so hard where she like fell backwards,
And
stumbled, and then rolled forward. I'm like, oh man.
But then when the guy that slapped her came over, sportsmanship, and picked her
Yeah,
up.
yeah, no, she did. She came up, make sure she was okay, helped her up. But still, the slap was like, bless America. I'm like, oh wow. All right, man. It's serious. All right, here's the next one. This or that of the day. So babies dressed in animal clothes, babies dressed as animals, or animals dressed as humans. You know, people like to dress up their dogs, put a little outfit on them, stuff like that. Or you dress your youngins when they have no, they don't know what's going on, and they probably tell you, "Mommy, Daddy, no." And I know my wife; she's done this to my dog several times, where she tried to dress him up as Halloween as Mustafa from Lion King. And I could see his face. I wish I had the video. I wish I put I'm gonna post this later. I'll have the picture. She's not gonna like that I post this, but Apollo did not like being dressed up as a Mustafa from Lion King. So where are you gonna go with this, buddy?
Whew.
We've all done this.
Yeah, I mean, I used to have, once upon a time, I used to have like a mixed dog, like Pomeranian Yorkie, and so we'll dress them up. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with animal dressed as human.
Yeah.
Just so many different combinations you can do, and you can style the fur and the hair.
And
like it's almost limitless, right? Like it's unlimited ways to be creative.
Exactly. In both settings. And I'm gonna go with the animals too, because I know I've seen, like I said, my wife made the attempt. Every year she makes a new attempt to dress our dogs up. We have two now, English Mastiffs, so big dogs. And she's trying to put on sweaters. She's trying to put on ears. And they listen to me a lot better than they listen to her. So I was able to get the reindeer antlers on for Christmas picture that they right away were trying to gnaw. You know, they're flicking at it, like, get this off my head. So you just got to find something. I say if you start with the animal, you got to make sure when you have your pet, when they're little, you got to introduce them when they're a puppy, because they're kind of oblivious to what's going on, and they get used to things automatically because they're just trying to be a good kid, basically. So you got to start young.
10 years ago, my puppy, his name is Mr. Snuggles, was a model for a local dog food company. So we would dress him up.
Right. Oh yeah. So that was. Did you get good food, free food there on that deal?
Yeah, we got some free snacks.
All right. So next one up. This is probably, I know where I stand on this. Where you stand on this? Glass half full or glass half empty type of person?
It just depends on like the day.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, today I feel like I'm glass half full.
Correct. You got it.
That one is that's a tough one.
Yeah.
It got me thinking now.
Yeah, think about it. Yeah, I'll say I'm a glass half full person. Most of 95% of the time, because I've seen things and been a part of great causes, fundraisers, and just doing things as a team player. And that's where I always have my mindset. Every day I think of how can I help, whoever's working with me today, help the situation better, or get it done, get it completed. Oh, you got a task? Hey, I'll do it. I'll help you do it. So something like that. Always glass half full for me.
I mean, I lean towards that too, but someday I'm just like totally just drained.
Yeah, no, I completely understand. We got JFK there, we're half full, and he said, "I'm very optimistic, even when things are toxic." LMAO. Oh, I don't know, I don't care, or I don't know. It's that good. Yeah, I hear you there, JFK. All right, and the last one is a gaming one. I always try to throw a gaming one in here. So this one's I got diabolical on this one. Tommy in chat, playing video games. So could you play games being spinned around 50 times like they do the little game where you spin around in a circle like a whole bunch of times and you try to run? So could you do that and then pick up a joystick and play 2K or play Madden or shoot somebody in Halo or Fortnite? Or could you get hang upside down when the monitor in front of you and you're upside down playing the game by your ankles, suspended in the air?
I'm so competitive. Like, I don't know if you can see I have two posts in the back of like Kobe and Jordan. I have like that.
I see it. Yep, I sure do.
I'm just super competitive. I say yes, I can. Even though maybe I can't, but I'm gonna say yes. I'll figure a way on how to do it.
Okay, which one though? Which one could you do? Both of them? You've been saying both of them. Both of them.
Oh, I would say both of them. We're gonna have to try it on this show.
We're gonna have to. I've been wanting to do this one ever since I saw it somewhere, and it was somebody upside down, and they were just on a couch. But I'm like, no, you gotta be suspended up in the air. The monitor has to be, right in front of you, but you're upside down.
See, I misread the question. I thought you're like upside down by your ankles, being spun around 50 times.
Oh, no, one is being spun, but you're right side up, but then you're dizzy, and then the other one now you're upside down. If I had an action figure in here.
Yeah, but I guess if I had to pick one, I think I'll be better, playing upside down.
So I got Ken from Street Fighter. So if you're like this, playing video games like Ken here.
No, that Ryu?
Oh, Ryu. Sorry, Ryu from Street Fighter. So there you go, upside down like that, or being spinned around, and then trying to play video games. So there you go. I like my little animation there.
I think I'm better probably playing upside down if I had to pick one.
Yeah. JFK goes, ooh, I will probably have to do the ankles, so upside down. And for me, definitely, I will have to say upside down too, because I know spinning takes a little bit out of you, and but it will mess you up. I would probably try both just to say I did them and I was able to focus, hit the headshot or hit the jumper or score the touchdown, what have you. So I think we can
save this clip, right? Like next time I see you in person, we're gonna have to do it. Like,
yes.
Really, yes. I'm gonna stop the crowd. I don't know what convention. Like this is what we're gonna do.
It's gonna either
spin around 50 times or whatever, and just
play some Street Fighter.
Play some Street Fighter.
There you go. It's gonna probably be if it's not, it'd be somewhere before that because we got Evo in July, we got E3 in June, and I know some stuff in May coming up in March. I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna be out in Boston the first day of E3 or PAX East. I don't know if you're going to PAX East. Oh. So it's the Yodel Strudel says you can recover from spinning ankles. You'll just die eventually.
Oh no, that's true. Depending how long. You're right.
Yeah, but you would have to play instantly. Like as soon as you get spinned around, you got to pick up the controller and go. You can't just wait till the spinning stops. You got to go. Got to play right now. All right. So you got some time, like you said. So I'm gonna get on to some quick hitting news bites, and this fun article is about the TV series that I am watching now, which is the fantastic Last of Us, finally brought to the small screen, not the big screen, but the small screen here. And I'll bring that up on the tube here. So you got Bella Ramsey responds to The Last of Us gay backlash. She says get used to it. So I love the actress reaction right there, saying you gotta get used to it. So the actress behind The Last of Us show, Ellie, has no time for the internet BS. Was asked about the vocal minority. So not a lot of people, obviously, lashing out to the fans. Of the fans who take issue to the existence of a gay and a transgender characters that are in some of the new arcs of Last of Us that the showrunners have brought to the TV series. They changed a little bit about the TV series. I don't know if you watched it, Tommy, yet any of the episodes of Last of Us.
I'm familiar with the game, but like I haven't had a chance to watch. But I've heard all the buzz and all the talk about it. I just haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, great games. I played both. I didn't finish the one because my PlayStation 4 hard drive crashed, so I got to eventually go back and finish it. But I played 75% of the game. But then on the second one, part 2, I finished the whole game all the way to the end and saw everything that happened. Obviously, it was the way the game set up, I knew it was going to eventually be a fantastic movie or TV series like it's doing. So from that, Last of Us, so in part 2 of the game, that's where they have the story arc of the transgender and the gay characters in the game. So of course, a lot of uncomfortable people or people in the world that is not used to change is giving out some negative and toxic comments here on Twitter. But Bella Ramsey says they're going to have to get used to it pretty much. And I love that reaction. I love that comment because it's something that the showrunners, they decided to go somewhere a little different, bringing something new to what was already a great story that I think it added another layer of showing how more characters from this game or from the movie and what was going on in their lives when other people were fighting, you know, if it was the Fireflies, which is a gang or kind of like a group in the game, Tommy, that is rebelling against the government, that is now a company called, I think it's Fedra or something like that, that obviously they don't trust. But, you know, it is bringing in this new element, because now you usually just saw Joel, the main character, and Allie, the girl picture here in the video game. You didn't really see in other parts of the world what was going on during the outbreak of the zombie apocalypse, and how things were spread and how people got infected. It was just focused on those two characters. But now it's kind of spreading its wings and showing other lives going on around the planet, which is, I thought, was a nice little layer on it. And of course, people, when they tune on TV, they don't want to see certain things. And it's like, man, this is how we keep the needle, you know, moving forward. You know, just as what you're doing with your foundation and just spreading awareness about that, but also letting people know this, you know, in TV, we're going to see stuff that we see on the normal. We just don't want to, you know, I say validate it. We don't want to say it's happening, but it is. You know, it's a world full of different, you know.
Yeah, like 1000%, right? Like, in, you know, in the world, there's just so many different type of people, the preference, like when you talk about rare disease, I'm coming from my point of view, right?
Right.
Like, they just need more representation in movies and even in gaming as well, right? Because a lot of kids suffering from rare disease or disabled or something is going on, you know, they're not represented as much in gaming or movie environment.
Right. And so,
but you see these people out in the real world, right? But in the movies and even some of the games, it's just, you know, sometimes just a little bit too picture perfect. And so any step that we take forward, as, you know, as a world, for lack of a better word, is positive for everyone and for future generations.
Exactly. So the article is on Kotaku. You can check it out, finish the read. But what I like about the article, like I pointed out, is Bella Ramsey and the show runners that wrote the episodes, that wrote the series, are basically saying, you know what, this is the way the world is now. And you everyone that's not against us, you got to learn how to adjust to it and get used to it, because this is going to be coming down the line for a lot of places in the world in terms of entertainment. Like you mentioned, Tommy, the video game world, we see it in a lot of video games that are coming out today, to a lot of the RPG games and a lot of even some of the fun games, the shooters that are out there. They have in different characters and different representation, and continue what was the flag that got punched into the ground in 2020 to now, to keep the ball rolling, basically to keep the diversity, inclusion, and things of that nature going on in the world, in America and in the world, and keep it up. I say, because if we start to try to like push it in the back, it gets forgotten and you can't forget about it. You got to keep it up front and keep everybody fully aware of everything here in this series. So great series. It's on HBOMax, and I'm gonna break down the first 2 episodes later in this podcast, if you're still with us, Tommy. So I know you haven't watched it, but I say something you might want to pick up when you have a few hours at night to head, you know, watch the good series, good zombie series, by the way. So all right. So let me get on to. All right, I'm still. So
I left in the chat, Ahmad, and so unfortunately I gotta head out.
Yeah, that's fine.
Pretty soon here, take my son to his doctor appointment. But
of course,
it's been a pleasure in the show. I love some of the questions you asked. Like it helped. Like that put a smile on my face. It helped out today. So I appreciate it.
Hey, you're welcome, man. And I hope the rest of your day goes great. I hope the fundraising, and then we're gonna talk. And like I said, I'm gonna get signed up for the virtual 5K and do my part there. And anything else, you know, down the road, let me know. As usual, just send me a text, give me a call.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, Tommy. Hey, have a great day. Talk to you later. All right, man. Got my man Tommy. He's setting us off for his day to take care of him, his son, his family, and stuff like that. So now we're going to get on to some game releases, people.
Release the games. It's time for the game releases. Game releases.
Favorite part of my show. I wish my buddy John was here, but he'll be back. He was covering the Wisconsin ladies basketball. I believe they're playing Iowa, the Hawkeyes. So he's not that far from me. I'm here in Nebraska. You see me in my new setup here, here in the chat, here in the stream. So I hope you're going to enjoy this. It's a fun game. It is called Outzone. Let me get the video pulled up here. And it's an old looking classic for me. That old Contra. You remember Contra? If you're over the age of 40, if you're 40 or younger, you know what I'm talking about. Or R-Type. know, this game right here brings that nostalgia. It's a blast through alien hordes as the finest cyborg mercenaries in existence who will emerge victorious. You'll need to manage time and resources skillfully. So was it Toil Plan, Run and Gun, Hit Smash finally arrives on PC. So this is on PC here.
Connectivity allows us to stay productive.
No, go back.
But that's only one kind of connectivity.
I didn't get it.
There are
See
others.
what happens with John's right here? There we go. Fix that. Boom. All right, now the video's going, and I can continue to talk. So it's PC only. It came out actually on Valentine's Day, so if somebody bought this as a Valentine's gift, that's an awesome person. So reload it with features and qualify for life extra. So this game is developed by Bitwave Games, Toa Plan, and published also by Bitwave Games. So it is on your PC, so you can download it at Steam and check it out. I say for me, it is a must. It's only like $7.99 to download, man. That's like awesome prices there for you in playing this game here. You gotta check it out there on Steam. Check it out. So next game on the list, this is a game, a funny game, a little rom-com game. Let me get set up here. I'm watching this game, previewing it. I was like, this is pretty funny. So we got a little rom-com here going on of a game called 10 Dates. There we go.
Pick up the phone.
So in the preview,
What's happening?
10 Dates is a sequel to the interactive rom-com 5 Dates. So Misha, a millennial, so Misha's right there.
I might have
And
sensed it.
she is a millennial in London and searches for exclusive in-person connections. So she tricks her best friend Ryan. Ryan is the guy right there into going on a speed dating event. So the video game is them two at this speed dating event. So dealing with different personalities, fun and fun people, interesting people. So this is Wells Interactive. Good Gate Media is the developer and publisher. It's also Wells Interactive. So check this out. This is also on Steam as well. I'll let the clip run. Let it do all the talking for itself.
Is that a satanic symbol?
Soulmates. No. Fancy a test of strength?
How about we do an arm wrestle?
All right.
No, I'm kidding.
Get your arm on the table, lad.
So you got to get you see the choices right there. So it's kind of like that decision-making process of a game. You get to choose to listen, not listen, do the arm wrestling, not do the wrestling, or go hard in the paint asking serious marriage question on your first date, which will probably scare a lot of people.
I mean,
You
I
probably don't want to do that in
in
the game.
Satanism.
So at least this will be practice for
That's
people
what the
that
signs
are
are.
in the area of speed
Time's up.
dating. That means
Saved by
single
the bell.
and available. You can practice here first before you go to an actual speed dating night or event.
against the rules?
I think you do this, you can work out all the kinks and not be nervous.
Truth or dare?
Because I used to get
Do you
nervous when I
prefer
talked to
to
young
give
ladies. When I was a
or
kid,
receive?
teenager,
Another kiss on the first
I was
date.
so nervous. So this will take this
Two
game
truths
right here
and
will
a
take
lie.
all the
I've had sex
nervousness
with over 100 women.
away
I met all my friends online.
Love board games.
to go into an engagement of somebody you may be interested
No
in.
one's really caught my eye, and I think it's just for men or me. I doubt it.
Are your standards a little bit high?
No.
I just squeeze it. You're all good.
Get to it.
You're not a serial killer, are you?
She asked her if she was a serial killer, a real serial killer there. Interesting and everything. And so I got an honorable mention here, and I got a few questions too. I'm gonna hit up from the average historian, and JFK has some good comments there. He puts in here real quick. I'll put it here. Are you going to check out the Hogwarts Legacy? It's a must. It's GTA with wants. Really? I may try it. Feel like my Yoda impression right there. I'll check that out, JFK, and I'll answer your question in a minute here, average historian. After this next honorable mention of a game that I saw, I was like, wait a minute, I gotta talk about this one too. This one looks dope. You know what? Let me get to. I got the video going. Got the video ready. Here we go. It is called Wild Hearts, and developer, publisher, EA, from EA Games here. It's a master.
Evidence
Well, I'll
of
let the
our
voice talk a
ancient
little bit.
ancestors' extraordinary technology. The
I'd let the
karakuri
voice talk a little
can
bit,
be
but it's master
found across
ancient
this land.
tech to hunt
Though
down
they
giant
still
beasts. So
worked
similar
when
to
I was a
Monster
child,
World,
It has been
but
a
it has a
long
little bit
time
more,
since anyone
I
could
say,
figure
layers
them
to
out.
it. And using the samurais are always
That
dope.
is, until
So you gotta hunt. Is that that's a big rat with like a bowl with a beret on its head or something that you had to knock out?
harness nature's energy, wield this ancient tech.
Yeah.
Unleash the
Anything with a
power of the
katana
karakuri
is fire.
and shape them into new forms.
So you could build, create weapons to fight and trap the animals or the beasts or the wild hearts. And he created like a hammer and knocked that rat out.
Karakuri will change the very way you think about the hunt.
There you go.
Like the karakuri itself, you must
So the
be
karakuri is
adaptable.
the beast, is
And
the
like
monsters
the
that you gotta
kimono,
find
you
and
must be ferocious.
overtake their powers, gain control, work with
Plan
them,
your hunt
and you can create these
Set
different
your trap.
weapons,
and bring down
hammers,
these giant beasts.
catapults. This is pretty dope. Check it out. This is on all platforms. So everything that you could put a disc in or download to a PC.
The karakuri can be used.
So this is my
for
honorable
more
mention.
than
It's pretty good
battle.
honorable mention.
They are your
PlayStation
tools
4,
to
5,
travel
Xbox Series
with
X, Xbox
great
One. Check it
speed.
out. Made by EA Games.
Gather resources.
It's out on
Build
Valentine's
your
as well.
They can even guide you.
I'm sorry. Actually, it's out tomorrow on Friday, February 17th. Excuse me, February 17th. This game drops to EA, so that means online. You can download Xbox Game Pass, PlayStation Plus, or just buy the disc like me. I gotta have a disc. I'm a disc type of guy. I cannot not have the disc because just in case something happens,
a world gone wild.
hard drive crashes, you could then upload it into another system or download it to another PC. So check out Wild Hearts, Outzone, and 10 dates on game releases of the week. There you go. That was an over trailer, so don't go by that date. It's out already. So check that out. So yeah, check it out. We got okay now. Average Historian, great question here. He said, "What was my coolest Batman gift I ever received?" Man, I've gotten so many gifts from fans and family over the years. It's hard to say. I could say I got a Lego tumbler Batman that I put together. Pretty dope. A Batman hockey jersey, Batman socks, shoes. It was a Converse. I got 4 pairs of Converse with Batman symbols on them and Batman comic pages from the series. What else? Batman watch. I actually made myself a Batman like chain, necklace, and it's blinged out a little bit. I don't know. I'll say probably it's hard to say because I got so many different from family and friends giving me some posters, stuff, backpacks, stickers, Funko Pops. I say all of it. I love it because I have it, and my wife I drive her crazy with the collection. So, great question there, the average historian. He said, "What? Oh yeah, this is me. I had an unwarranted amount of confidence." Ha ha ha. Yeah, I'm talking about the Guitar Hero guy, definitely. And I say I have an unwarranted amount of Batman collection stuff, including my man right behind me, Ben Affleck, and then T'Challa over here. Ooh. T'Challa there protecting me. I got Ryu, Crash Bandicoot, and that's Vader right there. Boom. All right. Let's get on to that favorite time of the show right at the end. What's on stream?
Row your boat gently up the... sorry. Excuse me. It's time for What's on Stream.
All right. What is on stream is the fact that we are on Last of Us episodes 1 and 2. We missed, last week we were gone. I had a stream with a great gal, Tiger Lily, and M, Q, Notorious Afro. We played some Valorant last week, so we couldn't do the show, but we were super excited to get to finally talking about the Last of Us series that is now on HBOMax. We already talked about it in the quick Hitting News Bytes, what actress Bella Ramsey had talked about, but from Pedro Pascal, Anna Torv that are been in the series of first episode. This is the first episode of
36.
first episode of Last of Us, where we see the whole outbreak happen. So this is the I say the match that lit the stem for the dynamite that started the spread, and not started, but the episode where we see the town that they live in, and that's I say Joel's daughter, who's there, Sarah, finds where she is going to visit her friend's house where she frequent a lot, and then she saw the grandmother already turned, and then obviously, unfortunately, like in the game, we saw Joel and his daughter Sarah gets killed there, and then flash forward to now 2023. So it started in 2003, 20 years later, and now the whole country, the world is in peril of dealing with this. And I say some elements that are different from the game to the show is if you've watched the series, and this is spoiler alert, obviously, there are parts of the zombie that are different. You know, if you remember from the game, they had all the spores, and the spores, if you saw the spores floating in the air, you knew that was an area you needed to get out of or put a mask on. But now they have these tentacles that come out their mouths, and you'll see more, you know, in episode 2 and then all into episode 3 about. And so that was the different that the showrunners, she made a little change, a little adjustment, as we mentioned earlier, with the character arcs of the characters from episode that's going to show up in episode 3, some changes there. But I think it's a good thing. Didn't deviate too far from the story and did not, you know, take the story down a different path. You're still on the same path. It just gave another layer of adding to the dialogue and adding to the character list of people that are affected by what's going on at this time and place in America and in the world. And so that's Tess, and that was Tess from the game. So right now, a lot of the characters that are from the video game have been on par, but I say the series, the showrunners, the writers have done a fantastic job with, you know, making the game and making the series its own two entities. So it's not try to copycat one another. So they made the changes they needed to make and made really solid changes in that aspect to make it a good film or a good series. So far, this is episode 1 where Joel gets to meet Ellie, and things are going down where they got to now transport her across America, as they mentioned in the game. And of course, you got people going on. And I think in this scene right here, that's where you see Joel kind of gets triggered from when Sarah, his daughter, got shot and killed. He didn't want that to happen again. So he's triggered, beats the tar out of that cop there. But if you haven't watched it, please watch the series. This is just episode 1. And from episode 1, like I said, you found out a lot of things about where or what the zombie or what the zombies look like a little bit. You saw some, there's a fight scenes in there. You saw also the tentacles that's coming up next. I'll be talking about here. Did I loop this? Nope, I didn't. Oh, here's episode 2 right here. Episode 2 right into it. So as I mentioned at the beginning, so we talked about in episode 1, we already, we know we got zombies in the world, but this is the doctor. This is ground zero. And those are the tentacles that I'm mentioning. So this doctor over in Jakarta, Indonesia or Asia somewhere, found the first victim. And she basically said, as you saw in the closed caption there, bomb the city. Like this, we need to eradicate this now. If not, we're all going to pretty much die. That's pretty much what she said in her own little words. But, so Joel, Tess, transporting Ellie over is finding out, okay, why is she so important to the Fireflies and to, getting her to another place that's like thousands of miles away is because she's been affected and she didn't turn. So she basically, her blood, her whole body is a vaccine. And so obviously from the game, you learn that, from this, you learn that. And now they got to transport her, dealing with the obstacles in the way, people, the Fireflies, this government department that's ruling the world. And then obviously the zombies that you come into place with. So episode 1 was when you're lost in the darkness, and episode 2 obviously is the infected, because that's what Ellie is. She is the infected, but she did not turn into a full-on zombie. Whatever in her DNA kept her from doing that. So now we just watch their journey. They're fighting. Again, it's been so far a home run, because we've seen other movies, we've seen other video games turn into TV series that I know as fans we're brutal in terms of our feedback and our likeness of a game or a movie brought into a fold. But I believe this is, nailed it. The zombies even look what they look like in the game. So good job there. Thumbs up, showrunners, for Last of Us. You know, let's I'm talking about your game. We could bring y'all on. If somebody out there watches this for them, let's get them on the show by the end of talking about this. But yeah, The Last of Us, there, Yodel Shooter, Last of Us show really seems like it would make for a fun video game. Well, yeah, the game is awesome. I mean, if you haven't played it, I would say if you know somebody with a PlayStation 4 or 3 or 3, 4 or 5, and that's where the tentacles, that's like, she's already turned. If you saw that she got bit, so it's sad to know that Tess got bit, and she knew that and decided to let Joel. She let Joel and them know, like, we got to destroy this. And so right there, I'm gonna pause it right there. Let me back it up a little bit. So right here, where you see the tentacles going around the finger. So now with the spores that we don't have, with these new tentacles right here wrapping around the fingers of the zombies, now no matter where a zombie is at, these tentacles are somewhere in the earth that help the zombies communicate. So it could be a zombie horde in Texas, and if a zombie dies or gets shot in Boston, that horde can start running towards Boston and through the communication of the tentacles. So that's just how diabolical this virus is. And that's why, if you saw in the earlier part of this video, I'll let it play now, the doctors basically bombed the city, because whatever it is, wherever this virus was created, how it grown, and now it's to a point to where it affected the whole planet. That's why she said bomb it, because we don't know it's from the earth. We don't know if it's from an animal. We don't know it's from a human. And if it survived, we know it survived. So Jack or Indonesia, I was right. So that this doctor right here, so I'll pause it. When she did the diagnosis and examination, autopsy of one of the first victims that was found. So that says a lot about this this virus, that the showrunners have changed from the game, then the spores that floated in the air where you could just cover it with a mask, to now they're actual tentacles and that can communicate almost like nerves of this. It's a virus that is made up of nerves that grow like roots through the ground, through the dirt, through the human or the zombie host who is hosting these tentacles. So this brings on a whole new game plan on how to fight this, or how to, you just run and kill the zombie if you got getting chased by zombies. But so this is episode 1 and 2. I just recapped and say, for both episodes, fantastic. And I just can't wait till the end of this. I know by the time me and John get back on, the series will be done, but we'll be talking about it here. I'll be gone next week. I'll be traveling, and I know John, he may do it. I'm not sure, but if not, I'll be back the following week. So another week off, and it's a lot of traveling. I've been adjusting, been moving here. I've been set up in my new room here in Lincoln, and so I hope everybody had a fantastic time on the show. Like I said, go to Kombat4Rare to help out Tommy and his cause. Let me put his social medias back up here so everybody can see where to go if you weren't here at the beginning of the show. Right there at the bottom, it's on Twitter and Instagram, and also Raiden Science is also another part of the foundation. Actually, I'll pull that back up so you can see where you can go for that website and see how to participate in the virtual 5K for that. And I got it back up here real quick. There it is, the website. Raiden, Run for Raiden, the second annual virtual 5K, and it actually tells you how to participate in getting signed up. That means you don't have to be where they're in, I believe, Oregon, but you could be home. These are the socials right here. So on Instagram, Raiden Journey, Raiden Science on Twitter, and Raiden Science Foundation on Facebook. So check out those social medias, follow, like, and then donate whatever you can, a cent, $1, whatever amount. And if you could spend take a time out of your day, February 26th, I believe that is a Sunday. So that's a Sunday. So if you have nothing going on Sunday, a lot of people, I know you don't, that's my chill day too. If I will have time on that, I'm gonna make time on a Sunday, the 26th, and the 28th. So that is Tuesday. So Sunday's the 26th. The 28th is Tuesday for February of this year. I'm not trying to think. I was just pausing because I was like, is it leap year in that? Not sure. But go to the website, learn how to participate, and continue to support this cause. Tommy's going to be on here again. He's not going to. not go disappear into the background, but he's gonna always be a part of this show. And if you follow my stream, I'm always posting my Nightbot is always posting the information there as well, and here on the stream as well. It's been popping up in the chat too. So if anybody have any more questions, click the links, follow, and like, subscribe to this channel as well, Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge. This is our TikTok right here. This is our TikTok. Follow it, like it, and make sure you come out there and check out the posts and anything like that. And hope you have a great rest of your hump day here. That is the end of the stream. So I will check y'all out next week. So let me get the stream ready to shut down. And this is where you can find me at Ahman Green 30 on Instagram and Twitter. My Twitter is unhacked. I fixed it. I got all the hackish. I got an awesome password that you never know. I don't know. I won't say that. But I got back in. And John, you can follow him on John Cast Podcast. Please check him out. And we will see y'all next week. I want to have a great rest of your week. Be safe. Donate. Support. Stay woke. Whatever. Have some fun playing video games. All right. BR Facial. See you later. Peace out, JFK. Have a great rest of your day, man. Peace.